So your email list, that belongs to you. Treasure it. It's not affected by platform changes or shutdowns or algorithm shifts. If a social media site disappears or changes drastically, like X did, remember, you still have direct access to your readers. So having a newsletter is much better, much more preferable.
We'll talk about this and much more today. Welcome to a Writer's Day podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Writer's Day podcast. My name is Ruth Douthit, and I'm an award-winning multi-published author of many books for kids and adults in fiction and nonfiction. And I'm glad that you're here with me today. I know you have a choice as to which writing podcast you can listen to, and so I'm honored that you've selected to spend some time with me today. And if you like what you hear, please consider subscribing and following me and leave me a review. I'd love to know what you think of A Writer's Day. And head to my website to sign up for my newsletter. Head over to artbyruth.com to learn more about me, my upcoming projects, and my artwork, and more, especially my podcast episodes coming up. And when you sign up for my newsletter, you'll receive a free PDF copy of Support Group, my short story about an alien interaction with humans here on Earth. And it gives you a sample of my writing style, and I think you'll really like it, Support Group. So head over to artbyruth.com and sign up for my newsletter today. I started this podcast for you, folks who want to learn more about the writing craft and all things surrounding that, what it means to be an author today, 2025. Wow, it's quite the adventure. And today I'm going to be talking about building an author platform through social media, newsletters, and beyond. And so I'm glad that you're here because this is a very important topic and one that I am still learning about. I don't know everything about it, so I thought I would research a little bit more and share with you what I've learned. And that's how we help each other grow. So grab a pen and paper or your iPad or OneNote, open up a blank OneNote page, and let's get started learning more about what it takes to build an author platform. Okay? So why building an author platform matters, whether you're traditionally published or self-published. It matters. And you should know what it means and how to go about doing it and what common misconceptions there are, right? And why publishers and readers care about your author platform. That's why I'm doing this episode. All right, so we're going to look at choosing the right platforms, where you should be, and how to engage daily without burnout. And then we're going to talk about the power of the newsletter. That's right. And why email lists matter. And what to include in a newsletter. And then we're also going to look at what's beyond social media and newsletters. Is there an alternative strategy that you could try? Okay, so let's get started with why publishers care about an author platform. Marketability and sales potential. That's what publishers are looking for. Traditional publishers invest time and money in producing your book, so they want to ensure it has the best chance of selling. And if you already have an engaged audience through your social media platforms, your newsletters, a podcast, etc., publishers see this as a built-in reader base that you can tap into when you release your book. And so you're reducing their marketing risk. You're reducing a risk. And so they want to see that you've got the numbers. They're sometimes a little unrealistic. They want 13,000 followers, and you don't even have a book out. That might be a little unrealistic. So don't aim so much for numbers as engagement. Okay, see how folks are liking your posts, signing up for your newsletter, etc. That's mostly what they want, is to see that you have an engaged audience. They're also looking for a competitive edge in querying and submission. So when agents and editors review submissions, they often consider an author's platform as a factor in their decision. So it will give you that competitive edge when you're querying agents and editors. A strong following, even a modest but engaged following, can make you, a writer, stand out, especially in highly competitive genres like suspense. Suspense is huge right now. Romance is always really popular, Amish, of course. So they want you to stand out. And promotion and discoverability are also why publishers care about an author platform. Publishers do marketing. Yes, this is true, but not like they used to back 30, 40 years ago. Most authors, even traditionally published ones, are still expected to do their share of promotion. Okay. That might scare you. You might think, oh, no, I can't do that. But you can. So having an existing audience means your book has a head start in gaining traction, and that's important to the publishers. And then it also provides proof of your dedication. It shows the publisher that this isn't just a hobby. No, a platform signals that you're serious about your writing career. It's not a hobby. Okay. You're not just hoping for a lucky break. No, those days are gone. If you show consistency in building a following, publishers see that you are willing to put in the effort beyond just writing a book. They see that you're serious, that it is a career. Now, why do readers care about an author platform? Connection and engagement. Readers love getting to know the author behind the stories they enjoy. And that's why when I have an author on my podcast, I always ask them, how can readers get in touch with you? Because we love that. We love to be able to reach out to them and get a response. Platforms allow readers to engage with you through social media, your newsletter, and other channels. So that's why it's important to have social media presence and a newsletter. You can also provide exclusive content and behind the scenes insights. Readers love that. So many readers enjoy learning about your writing process. That's why I ask about it on my podcast interviews. And they want to know about your character inspirations and personal stories like your writing journey. I always ask an author new to me, how did you get started writing? What was your inspiration? Because that encourages me and also my listeners. Newsletters or social media posts, readers love those, especially when they offer sneak peeks and bonus content or personal anecdotes that make them feel more connected. So feel free to share your personal photographs of the vacation or your writing process, your kids, things like that, as to the point that it makes you feel comfortable. But share sneak peeks as to how you're researching or what's your upcoming project and make them feel special. Only newsletter subscribers will know the title of my book first, things like that. And then provide bonus content. Do you have a short story about one of your characters in your book? Share it with newsletter subscribers. They love that. And your social media posts, offer a couple little sneak peeks about your upcoming projects and yourself, behind your computer, talking about your stories, things like that. Readers want to feel more connected to you. And in this day and age, they can. Trust and relationship building. Readers need to trust you as an author. So they'll pick up your book, and if they love it, you've gained their trust. Okay. So they're more likely to buy from authors they feel connected with. It is a trust relationship, just like art. I'm an artist. I tell people I'm an artist. They kind of look at me like, yeah, sure. And then when I show them my art, they think, oh, okay, yes, you are an artist. Same with singers. I know a few people who sing really beautifully. And when they tell people I'm a singer, yeah, the people are like, sure. But when they hear them sing, they think, wow, yes, you really are gifted in singing. It's the same with writing. We put our books out there, but readers may not buy it because they don't trust you. They don't feel connected to you. They wonder, can they really write? So offering those behind the scene contents, those extra bonus content, short stories, novellas, things like that, in your newsletters or in other platforms, you're building that trust. I often give away a free story, a novella, or short story, and I tell the readers, this gives you a peek at my, just a sample of my writing style. And so that's building trust. So readers are more likely to buy from you if they have that connection with you. So consistent engagement builds trust and loyalty, leading to a word of mouth recommendation. And I love that. I love hearing from readers saying, I gave my neighbor your book. I was telling her about it and she wants to read it. So there's that word of mouth recommendation. Okay, so give things away, have that bonus content, and stay engaged, and that will help you build that trust and loyalty. Updates on new releases. Ooh, readers love that too. Especially if they loved your book, they're wondering what's coming next? What's going to happen with the characters? Are they going to get together? I've had many readers ask me that. What's the next book going to be about? What country are they going to visit? So readers don't always check bookstores or Amazon for new releases. So an author's newsletter or social media updates will keep them informed. So I always mention that in my newsletter. This is what I'm working on now. These are the predicted release dates. This is the book that I'm working on now. The cover reveal, the title's coming soon, things like that. Keeps them updated about my upcoming projects. And your social media updates will keep them informed as to what's coming next. And when I interview an author on my podcast, I always ask them at the end, what's coming next? And they always have an answer because they want to keep their readers informed. An engaged audience means more pre-orders, early reviews, and buzz created around your book when it launches. Okay, so get them excited. So whether you're aiming for a traditionally published or self-published career, having a platform will boost your visibility. It strengthens your reader engagement and it increases your chances of a long-term success as an author. And that's what we want. So the key is consistency and authenticity. And focus on meaningful interactions rather than just, follower numbers. So let's talk a little bit now about newsletters. Unlike social media, you can have direct connection with your readers through your newsletter. Social media posts are subject to algorithms and changing trends. Emails give you a direct line of communication with your audience. When someone subscribes to your list, they're expressing a genuine interest in hearing from you, making them far more likely to engage with your content than a casual social media follower. And with a newsletter, there's no middleman. You're not relying on a platform like Instagram or Facebook to decide whether your readers see your updates. That's right. They have algorithms that decide that. And there's personal engagement. With a social media post, you have to go back and reply to all those comments. But with a newsletter, you can address subscribers by name. You can tailor the content based on preferences, and you can foster a deeper connection. I love it when my readers respond to my newsletter email and I write back. We talk about the weather. We talk about my books. We talk about what they're reading. It's fun. Higher engagement rates comes along with having a newsletter too. So emails have a much higher open and click-through rates than social media. So remember that. Algorithm proof and ownership of your audience. That's also what a newsletter provides for you. Social media platforms control how and when your audience sees your posts. On Facebook and Instagram, only a fraction of your followers will see your content unless you pay for ads. X, former Twitter, posts disappear quickly, and TikTok trends change rapidly. So your email list, that belongs to you. Treasure it. It's not affected by platform changes or shutdowns or algorithm shifts. If a social media site disappears or changes drastically, like X did, remember, you still have direct access to your readers. That's why all those TikTok people were freaking out when it was about to be canceled because they only had that social media site. So having a newsletter is much better, much more preferable. So social media is good, but it is unreliable for consistency. Okay, so it controls who sees your post, how often your content appears in feeds, and whether your posts even show up. So remember that email is algorithm proof. You can send messages directly to your readers' inboxes. It ensures they see your content when they check their email. And most people do that daily, right? I know I do. And you have full control over your outreach. Instead of hoping a post reaches enough people, an email newsletter guarantees 100% of your subscribers receive your updates, even if only some choose to open them. 100% of them will receive it, compared to just 5 to 10% reach on social media. So, see, an email newsletter list is a huge advantage. And it helps guarantee more effective book sales and long-term engagement. Okay. So studies show that email marketing outperforms social media in driving sales. Why? Because subscribers have already expressed an interest in your work. A well-crafted email campaign can lead to more pre-orders, launch day sales, and reviews. Your list allows for strategic marketing. You can segment readers based on their preferences. If you have a list that is just about your suspense novel, or like me, I have a fantasy following as well. So I can tailor my messages to those different segments of readers. So unlike leading social media posts, emails sit in inboxes, increasing the chance that they'll be seen. The power of exclusivity and relationship building. Readers love feeling like insiders, and a newsletter provides that experience. By offering exclusive content, you make them feel special. So make sure your emails, when you're doing your newsletter, make sure you're not saying I all the time. I do this and I'm doing that and I have this. Make sure you're also saying you. You are special to me. You readers mean a lot to me. You are privy to my new book cover reveal only. So that way you're making them feel special. So you can do this. Provide bonus scenes, deleted chapters, or exclusive short stories just for them. You can provide some behind the scenes insights into your writing process, early cover reveals, and book announcements, giveaways or discounts. I give away a book every month when I send out my newsletter, sometimes 4 or 5 books, and personal updates, not just book related. They want to hear about your writing, but strengthen your author reader connection when you add some personal stories. They'll feel part of your journey. They'll feel like they're part of your personal writing journey. They're more likely to support your books that way and leave reviews and spread the word. You might be saying, but Ruth, how do I start and grow my email list? Excellent question. Here's ways that you can do it. Offer a reader magnet. And I'll talk more about that soon. It means you're giving away a free short story or a novella or bonus content in exchange for an email signup. I do that all the time. And make your signup easy. Place a signup form in your website. Most websites have that. Use it. Or you can have it in your book's back matter, the last page. Sign up for my newsletter here. And even on your social media profiles. Use newsletter swaps. I've done that before. Partner with other authors to promote each other's lists and engage consistently. Don't just email when you have a book coming out, but nurture your list with valuable content. You don't want to email every week because they typically sign up for 4 or 5 different newsletters. I only send out a newsletter once a month. But if I have something special that I'm announcing, then I'll send out an email about that. Okay, so you want to be consistent, but you also don't want to overwhelm them with your emails. So the bottom line is this: your email list is one of the most powerful tools for growing and sustaining a loyal following. It's a direct, reliable, and highly effective way to engage with your readers, to promote your books, and build a long-term career, which is what publishers and agents want to see, that you're serious about your writing career. So in my next episode, I'm going to talk about the fast track strategy for growing your email list as an author. And we're going to look at what it means to offer a compelling reader magnet and how to make your signups more effortless, to promote your list on social media, and to leverage those newsletter swaps and cross promotions. Okay, so we're going to look at that in an upcoming episode. So for now, I thank you for joining me to learn more about author platforms and why they matter, and especially your newsletter email list. I hope that you've been encouraged. I know it can seem overwhelming. Just remember, you don't have to be on every single platform, social media platform site. No, just choose one or two and then start engaging with your followers in just those one or two social media platforms. I usually just do Instagram and Facebook, and occasionally on X, but not too much, because it can be overwhelming. So find the one that best suits you and tap into it and start engaging. And I hope that you will definitely try your newsletter email list. I will be discussing ways that you can do that. Book Funnel is a great way to offer a compelling reader magnet and to grow your email list. So I'll be talking about that in the next episode. So be encouraged. Most of all, sit behind the computer and write that book or that short story or novella that you can offer as a reader magnet. Stay busy. Pray, pray, pray. Ask the Lord for guidance on your writing journey. And just know that people out there need to read your story. So keep going. Don't give up on the process. Be encouraged. You're not alone. We're all doing this at the same time. Okay? And until next time, God bless.